Having considered the matters raised, they are not in order under Standing Order 32. Now we'll move to the order of business. Could I call on Thomas to announce the order for today?
Recorded, the order of business today shall be as follows. Number 10B, the Electricity Regulation Amendment Carbon Revenue Levy Bill 2010, final financial resolution. Number 10C, motion resitting in business of the Dáil, without debate. Number 21, the Adoption Bill 2009, report stage resumed. Number 5, the Health Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2010, ordered for second stage and second stage. It is proposed, notwithstanding anything in standing orders, that numbers 10B and 10C shall be decided without debate, and in the case of 10C, the motion and all amendments thereto shall be decided by one question, which shall be put from the Chair. The Dáil in its writing today shall adjourn until 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 9th of June 2010.
Now, there are two proposals to be put to the House today. Is the proposal for dealing with item number 10B and 10C, Electricity Regulation Amendment, Carbon Revenue Levy Bill 2010, Financial Resolution and Motion re Sittings and Business of the Dáil without debate agreed to. Deputy Andy Kenny.
I would like to join with you in welcoming Dr. Paisley and his good wife to the Distinguished Visitors Gallery of the Dáil. Over the years, we have heard the voice of Dr. Paisley on many issues, much louder than mine. And I might have disagreed with him on many issues, but on one I would always agree, and that is the question of accountability of the Parliament. I disagree with this motion. I disagree with this order of business. It contains a motion here put forward by the government that the House should come together on Wednesday and Thursday without any accountability, any legislation, any questions, any leaders' questions, any adjournment debate, at a time when we expect that two major banking reports are to be published or let out into the public domain, at a time when the Taoiseach refuses to come in here on Thursday mornings, at a time when the government clearly have something to hide here or are afraid to come back into the House to answer questions about the gross abuse and wastage of public money and the fact that they've transferred the debts raised in Anglo-Irish Bank onto the backs of the Irish taxpayer. We have a situation, Taoiseach, where your Minister for Health has, I understand, written to the Chief Executive of the Health Service Executive.
But the order of business is not a catch-all.
Yes, and I'm not accepting the order of business, account caller, because what the government expects. You can be as well now. You can be as well now. You can be as well now to adjourn the House, because you're not going to get anywhere with this. This order of business is not acceptable. The fact of the matter is that as we expect to be bulldozed into this by the government, who want to come in here next week to speak on statements about the Ryan Commission, that's important, but you need a day of accountability and parliamentary scrutiny when this House meets. God knows what will happen when the Rachel Corrie reaches or is intercepted by the Israeli Navy on its way to Gaza waters. God knows what will happen. We've sought assurances, we've asked for assurances, and we need to be vigilant here. And account caller, let me say this. As I stand in this chamber now, there are children around this country who are in positions of great vulnerability. We know that the HSE have sent children to foster parents who have not been vetted. We know there are children sent into care where no social workers visit them. And we know that there are children who are missing, having been sent into care by the HSE. And we have a situation where the government continue to pump public taxpayers' money into Anglo-Irish Bank, which will sink the next generation with debt.
And you cooperate with the Chair.
You expect
Deputy, could I ask you to cooperate with the Chair?
Which requires us to come in here next week and do nothing and say nothing and not ask any questions of an absent government, absent Greens and a lot of them. Let me remind you, of what the absent ministers for the Greens should remember. When Minister Sargent was the leader of the Green Party back in 2006, he said, "The government wishes to insulate itself from scrutiny and accountability." True, absolutely true. This government have a lot to hide. They don't want to come in here, and they expect us to accept an order of business which requires a day of nothing. It's a veneer, it's a charade, and it's a whitewash, and I will not stand for it, Taoiseach.